Welcome once more to the latest edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video, which hopefully you do find informative, and when you go to your local bookstore, you will very seriously consider the book that I'm about to review for you. And this time out, it is The Trauma Beat, A Case for Rethinking the Business of Bad News by Tamara Cherry. This is published by ECW Press, and it retails for $26.99. Tamara Cherry was a crime reporter for various news outlets for close to 15 years. She saw it all, she reported it all, and now in this book she looks back on a lot of the most significant cases that were part of her world and her life. And she talks to 71 people who were, part of trauma. Either loved ones died or they escaped a deadly situation. But it also affected Tamara Cherry to the point that she really had to get out of the business because, as she notes in the book, thinking back of it, it conjured up images of her children dead, and often at night she had to put her head to her children's chest, and touch their flesh just to make sure that their heart was still beating and that they were still alive. It was almost like post-traumatic stress syndrome that she experienced from all the cases that were part of her 15 years on the job. Now, in the book, she reviews or looks back at dozens of actual cases, mass shootings, stabbings, sexual assaults, and she even talks about the Humboldt bus tragedy where the hockey players were killed many years ago. So the book is most fascinating. It will appeal to people who like true crime stories because she does talk about the crime. She does not go into graphic detail. So she spares us, reliving it through the horrific images that she was part of. But she also talks about what happens after a crime and what happens to the survivors. Often, people who are part of mass shootings, some reporters have to go and stick a microphone in their face and basically say, "How are you feeling? What did you see? What happened?" And the people have just suffered something very traumatic. So the last thing they really need at certain times is for the press to be hounding them for words, for stories, for images. And she talks in the book that when she did go to speak with family members who another member of their family had died, that she did it in a dignified way. She didn't run right to the door and say, "What happened? Tell me about it." She was most respectful of what they went through. And she does talk about other reporters who do cross the line. They do want the story, they want the scoop, so to speak. So they run to the victim's family's house or to the house of a friend and say, tell me what you're thinking. So, but as well, she also says that a lot of survivors also want to get their story out there to let them, the public know what they are feeling and how they are dealing with the grief of losing a loved one or almost losing a loved one in a shooting. So it is, like I said, a most fascinating book. I'm sure that journalism students who want to be crime reporters will find the book most fascinating, as will the everyday person who is looking for a book that goes into the life and the minds of those who experienced, tragedy and lost a loved one or were victims themselves. So add this book to your reading list if you like I said, true crime, because the book goes into detail through Tamara Cherry's eyes, and it is most revealing of what happens and what she experienced. So that's the book I wanted to draw to your attention this time out. Hopefully, if you do purchase it, you will let me know if you agree with my review. So thank you for watching as always. So until we meet again, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.